Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of PYA Cruise Spotlight right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and I'm very pleased to welcome my next guest, Deckhand Kirstie de Sousa. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good, thanks. Well, thanks for coming on board. Last week, we interviewed a gentleman that was a steward, and this week, I'm really pleased to be interviewing a woman that is a deckhand, because it's time that we change those social norms up. And as we well know, that both sexes can do both jobs. And it's nice to be able to chat with someone who has experience doing just that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what was sort of your formative years? What made you get into yachting?
So I'm from just north of London, England, like completely landlocked, but my family have always been big sailors. So I grew up in little dinghy sailors, and then I've been like a sailing instructor, and then I've been done seasons, and then Brexit hit, and we're like, you know what, Kirstie, what do you want to do? You're like, I want to go into yachting. So I did just that, and here I am, just doing deckhand stuff.
So how long have you've done a season or two, or is this your first season?
So I've just completed my first season. I came out in July, start of July, and here I am back in Palma. I came to Palma, did some dock walking, did some day work, then flew out to Malaga and did a season on a day boat with the family and a captain, and it's beautiful. And then I came back to Palma.
And what is it about yachting that for you seemed the natural sort of progression, and for you was the job that you really wanted to take on?
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of England. So anything that would get me out of the country, and like traveling. I love traveling so much. And you just like the sea. It's like the calmest thing in the world. Can be. Sometimes not. But when you go out and it's just like biggest grin on my face, just doing my job, doing my thing. Like, you know what? This is where I'm supposed to be. And that's why.
And do you want to sort of continue in the career? Do you want to possibly become a captain one day, an engineer, etc.?
I don't really know of the where in the continuation, but I want to build a career, and I want to be able to learn a lot. Like anything people are willing to teach me, I'm there. Like I want to learn, and I want to do my seasons and travel and explore, and yeah, maybe become a captain one day. We'll see.
Well, and for you, as you mentioned, as a kid growing up, sailing was a big thing. What do you prefer, motorboats or sailing yachts?
Sailing. I'm a sailor at heart. I'm working towards getting the miles and everything like that for my yacht master. Then I'm going to do my yacht master, and then we'll see where that takes me.
And this season that you just did, was that on board a motor yacht or a sail yacht?
It was a 20-meter motor yacht, day boat for a family, and it was amazing. The captain was so calm constantly, and just was like, hey Kirstie, we're going to do this now, we're going to do that, we need to fix this. So we'll do like winter jobs within the season, and it was all smooth, just fantastic. It was groovy.
So what would you say the main difference is then between crewing on a motor yacht and being on a sail yacht?
The motor yacht doesn't have sails, and the sailing boat has sails. But honestly, like a sailing boat, like you're looking at the wind direction and it's more like technical. Whereas for sure, if there's problems on the motorboat, then you're like, okay, let's sort those out. But when you're cruising, you're just kind of cruising, steady pace. But sailing yacht, you're always like still looking.
Well, and for those green crew that are looking to get into yachting, is there any advice that you would give them if they've just set their sights on it? Would you go for a medium-sized yacht? Would you go for a larger yacht? What sort of advice would you give to them looking to get into the industry?
So for me personally, I would just say, just go for it. Like if you're scared, just jump, just do it. It also, like I was saying earlier, we've all got our different preferences of what we want to be, where we want to go in the industry, who we want to work for. So it's like counting all of those in and not just going for that one job that's the first time job offer. Just kind of realizing your worth.
Well, you know what? I really appreciate your time, Kirstie. And I know that you are currently looking for work right now that you're back in Palma.
I am, yeah. I'm in Palma, ready for my next step and ready to go.
And are you able to go anywhere in the world if need be?
Well, able, depending on visas, but like I want to go to the far-flung places. Like I don't care where I am. I just want to be there and work, get experience, meet new people. Kind of, yeah.
Well, we'll make sure to provide all of your information below this link when it airs, in case anybody is looking for their next female deckhand. Hopefully they will give you a call, and maybe the Caribbean season coming up, right?
I hope so. I hope so.
Thank you once again, Kirstie. You have been listening to another edition of the PYA Crew Spotlight. My name is Ria. I have been your host. We'll see you again next week.